You're all very welcome to my piece this morning, In Search of Brendan Behan. I'm getting on the bus now, the 41A, straight into town, over Binn's Bridge. I'm going to get off there and meet the man himself. So join me in a couple of minutes.
Well, I don't know what to say, except I absolutely must decline to dance in the streets with Gertrude Stein. And as for Alice B. chocolates, I'd sooner Shakespeare and a great big box of chocolates. That really belongs to Gertrude Stein. She was asked when she said when she was dying, what is the answer? But then she said, what is the question? You might find it a bit hard to understand me. It's not so much the Irish accents as the fact that I've lost my... I used to talk nicer when I had my teeth. Now I haven't got so many. And so, I mean, you needn't think it's your imperfect hearing. On the 18th day of November, just outside the town of Macroom, the tans and the big Crossley tenders, they hurtled along to their doom. But the boys of the column were waiting, with hand grenades primed on the spot, and the Irish Republican Army made of the whole bloody lot. But on the other hand, I was asked one time what did I think of race. Well, I said I liked the Grand National, and I was at the Derby once. But I must tell you a story. I was in hospital when I was a prisoner in England. I was sent to a hospital where there were British soldiers. And we got a supper. At least there were 23 in the ward. I was the 23rd. And 22 men, there were 22 suppers sent in. And the other people that were there said, why were there not 23? Why was there not a supper for me? So they said that it wasn't any anti-Irish prejudice, but the fact that these suppers were provided by the Red Cross for serving soldiers in the British forces. So they said, well, it's all right. If Paddy don't get a supper, we don't eat a supper. And they said, the only thing you can do is you can cut a piece off each of the 22 suppers to make up a 23rd supper. So I got my supper. So I don't know whether X equals O in these things, but that's the way I found them. God save Ireland, said the heroes. God save Ireland, say we all. Whether on the scaffold high or the battlefield we die, sure no matter when, for Ireland do we fall. Which is the tune of, I think, a Union song called Tramp, 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 the boys are marching. Personally, I probably favour the Union side, but I wasn't alive at the time, so neither were you, so it's not much odds one way or the other. A hungry feeling came on me stealing, and the mice they were squealing in my prison cell. And that old triangle it went jingle jangle along the banks of the Royal Canal. To begin the morning, the screw is a water, incidentally. To begin the morning, the screw was bawling, get out of bed and clean up your cell. And that old triangle, it went jingle jangle along the banks of the Royal Canal. Oh, the screw was peeping, and Humpy Gussie lay sleeping, as he lay there weeping for his girl Sal. And that old triangle, it went jingle jangle along the banks of the Royal Canal. But in the female prison there are 70 women, and I wished it was with them that I did dwell. Then that old triangle could go jingle jangle along the banks of the Royal Canal.